3 reasons why your hair growth product does not work. 3 reasons I'm going to give you. It's more, but I'm going to give you that reason. I am Lee Hill, your hair coach, coming to you live, giving you information, hoping that you've learned to value your hair, giving you different secrets and nuances to help you understand your hair, to learn about your hair, because especially as Black women, Hispanic women, we don't really value our hair. We do a lot of things to our hair. So this channel is for you to ask the questions, right? Don't forget, I'm going to add the link, dearhairloss.com. That's going to lead you to a informative video that I implemented a program called Shed No More for women that are losing their hair loss, and to let you know that you can restore and regain your hair. Sometimes it's never too late. Isn't that something? Sometimes it's never too late. We may think it's too late because of the baldness that we're experiencing or whatever. But if you take the time out now to check out that video, it's going to lead you to sign up for a program that's going to help you, walk you through restoring your hair. All right. And then maybe you're not losing your hair, but maybe you want to take your hair to the next level and get it much longer. You can definitely check out that video. It's going to help you in the long run, ladies. The program is going to be starting next month. Okay. So go ahead and sign up for that if you're willing to make a change and to start valuing your hair and to enjoy your hair. It's okay to do the other different hairstyles, but you have to start learning how to take care of your hair, because as you get older, you don't want to fall into the trap of you don't have any hair by the time you're in your 50s, right? The 40s and 50s, women are losing their hair permanently. All right, so check out that video. I'm also going to add the link for dermatologist.com, where you can find that in your area if you don't have a dermatologist here or a trichologist here that I can recommend here in South Florida where I live. All right, so 3 why your hair is not growing. 3 reasons why. The first reason I'm going to tell you is, number 1, and I'm kind of looking over at my notes and stuff like that, infomercials. So you know how we're up late at night and we're looking at those infomercials and they're telling you, apply this and your hair will grow, like the weight commercial. What's the weight? They got the new one where if you want to put on weight, you take this pill. I can't think of the name of the company. You take this pill and you gain weight. And I'm like, oh, now the girl's like, I got a new butt. And I'm like, but they ain't gonna tell you the side effects and what's gonna happen afterwards, right? Sometimes you just gotta let the natural just do what it do. Because I was tiny for a long time, then I had children, and that changed. I'm still a size 6 before I was a 0. So things change, but sometimes you just have to let nature take its course. But to each his own. But you watch those infomercials, you watch social media. We have a lot of social media stylists, I call them. Hairstylists that they probably can slay hair, or, you know, you just have a random girl that's on there like, look, I use minoxidil. And if you look at that video that I posted on Sunday, Black women and hair regrowth, she talks about what minoxidil actually does. So a lot of us running out, like I saw a video with this girl and she was like, look, I'm having minoxidil and my hair is growing back and it's sticking long. But there are different factors of why her hair is growing. So a lot of times I seen it. It was in the hundreds where women were on there asking her, what can you add the link to where you got that minoxidil on Amazon? And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I went on there and I commented, and the girl hit heart, like, yes, it's true. Because I was like, no, everybody can't do that. You might be on blood pressure medicine. You might be, there are side effects like beards growing, sexuality issues that you may have as well. So minoxidil is not something to play with. And also in the video, she talks about the fact that it's like a fuzz. It doesn't grow your hair out long. You get like a fuzz, and it's different effects for different people, right? So that's one of the reasons. So you may be using that product and you're like, why isn't my hair growing like I needed to? And that's one of the reasons that product is not for you, or that product that you're using, it may be working for those particular people, but you got to find out what your DNA is. And a lot of us are not looking at that. We're looking at what Joe down the street is doing, and what Joe down the street is doing don't have your DNA. So that's number one, why that product is not working for you. Number two, when you do, and remember I said you have to consult a trichologist or a dermatologist. When you do that, they're going to take your DNA, whatever that is, whether they do a biopsy or you get the blood work done and you go into a trichologist and they tell you these are the things you need to do to get your hair to start growing. When you get that information, you have to be consistent. A lot of us is not consistent. We are in the age, and we have been in the age for many years, where we wanted microwave. We wanted microwave. There are so many reasons I was reluctant about doing videos, because I'm like, I only got 15 views. I only got 4 views, and that was good information. But maybe everybody didn't think that that was something that they was interested in. But I wanted it overnight. And when I didn't see it happen within a month or 2 months, guess what I did? Let me move on to something else, But then I still had women calling or running up to me saying, hey, this going on. I know you're good at that. Or my old clients are like, hey, can you help me? And I'm like, let me put it out there. And whether I get 1 view or 1,000 views, I'm making an impact. I'm doing something to help my sisters out, because we need it. We need it. We have an epidemic where we are losing our hair, and it's not based on health issues a lot of time. It is based on our bad practices and the bad habits and the things that we're doing for a quick fix. So you have to, number 2 is be consistent. Once you get the prescription to do what you need to do to get your hair to that level. So now they're going to prescribe something to you, and everything is not necessarily a product that you have to buy. Sometimes it's a shampoo. Well, that's a product. Shampoos or conditioners, right? But it's different things. Or maybe it's just what you are doing to yourself every day. Maybe the food you're eating, different things like that you have to stop in order to see the growth, or your practice with washing your hair, different things, right? So that is what number 2, be consistent when you get it, and don't expect overnight success. Anything you get fast, I was taught from my mama and my grandma, anything you get fast typically don't last. So you got to be in it, because in the process of you being consistent, guess what happens? You being consistent, it becomes your lifestyle. It's not for me, I used to go through, spiritual warfare, different things happen. And I was like, oh, why is this happening? And you always hear, read your Bible. Yeah. And then my bishop was like, listen, do 4 chapters a day. And I was like, oh, God, 4 chapters a day. But what happens is God will allow your life to get real rough. And you like, I need them scriptures, right? I need to understand why this is happening and how do I get through this righteously, right? So I started reading my 4 chapters. And then after a while, if I get up, the first thing I do, I don't go to social media. I don't go check the emails or anything. The first thing I do, whether I'm having a wonderful season or a bad one, I stay with them 4 chapters, because that feeds my soul. That helps me get my mind right. So it's the same thing, but it's now a lifetime style change for me, because that is part of starting my day, reading my Bible. So it will become natural to you guys. You're going to be like, oh, I got to do this. So be consistent. And last but not least is your poor diet. And we talked about that in that video, Black Women and Hair Regrowth. We talked about that, and that is your diet. And I'm always going to talk about that, because what is going into our bodies, it's let me see if I can give you an analogy. It's kind of like let's say, I'm trying to think of something real quick, but let's just think of it this way. It's like a relationship, whether it's a marriage, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a mother-daughter, whatever situation. When you go out in public, it looks great. Oh my gosh, I want that. People covet, and they're looking at your relationship, but they don't know when you go behind those closed doors what's going on, right? So it's the same thing with your hair. You may find a bomb hairstylist, and she's doing your hair, and she's, getting the product ready. And, that first couple of days, your hair is looking like fire. But after a while, it dulls out, it's shedding, it's breaking. And why is that? A lot of times it's what we're putting in our bodies. Junk food, processed food, those things are actually causing us inflammation, and it's blocking that hair from you getting new hair growth in your hair. So a lot of times, these are the reason why you will see a slower delay, and then you'll see a no hair growing at all, because the particular products, those are like kind of get rich schemes. It's like it's going to happen overnight, and it's not going to happen overnight. A lot of times it's not going to happen overnight. And the last thing I want to say, on the video, I had a trichologist, Mrs. Peggy, and she was talking about how she cut her hair. Like, she was taking me through her salon, and she was like, yeah. And she was saying, I cut my hair off really low to show my clients, look, this is what I did to grow my hair, whatever that may be, right? And I'm looking, I'm like, this lady is in her late 60s. Wait, no, not late 60s, early 60s. She's 64, I think she told me. So she's in her early 60s. And I was always under the assumption that the older I get, my hair won't grow. But that's really not the case, because I'm looking at this lady that's 60 something years old, and she cut her hair really low and her hair has grown back. Why? Because she didn't get caught up in the grow your hair overnight infomercials or social media people. She was consistent in the knowledge that she learned in the education to get the results that she needed, right? And it wasn't overnight. And number 3, she changed her diet. When we finished that video, she was eating a salad. She was like, this is like my snack. So she changed her diet. Sugar, she cut out. Carbs, she cut out. And that as well. So it's like you're pouring in junk, but you're expecting a result because you put that product on. It won't work. All right. I am your coach, Lee Hill, your hair coach. Hope that this information helps you understand and to help you change and to value your hair. I'll see you ladies next video. Bye.